NFL bets for Thursday night football. Bills and Dolphins. I'm Sniper from DFS Army. I got 3 plays for you: a passing prop, a rushing prop, and a receiving prop. Do me a favor, smash that like button. I'll hit the intro. We'll get right to work. All right, guys, we are looking at this game with a 48.5 total. Dolphins are 2.5 point favorites, minus 135 on the money line. Should be a tight game, fun game. But first thing we have to look at, everyone's talking about it, and it is worth talking about. It is the injury report. Mostert is out. Achan is questionable. Look, there's only so many running backs they have who they're going to trust. It should be a high scoring game anyway. These injuries lead me to believe, and I think most people to believe, that the ball is going to be in the hands of Tua Tagovailoa more. So we go to the passing props. I know I want to target Tua. The question is, where do you go here? You got your receiving props, minus 250 plus yards is minus 175. A lot of that, obviously this is based on production and outcome. I think the safest play is actually if you scroll down, rather than going yards or touchdowns, I'm going to go with the passing attempts, which I think I scrolled right by. There we go. Passing attempts. More than 33.5 for Tua Tagovailoa, minus 110. You're building your single game parlays. You can bet these straight up. I'm going to build a single game parlay here. Tua over 33.5 passing attempts. You look at what he did just last game, 23 for 37 against Jacksonville. I know that game got a little bit dicey, but if you go to his log from last year, playoff game, just 27 passing attempts, but again, doesn't have the full complement of running backs. And you dig in a little bit further, back-to-back games over 35. In the lead up, the other Bills game, he went 25 for 35 in a loss in Buffalo. Again, less options. I think he's going to want to feed Tyreek Hill with the narrative. We all know the story is going on there. And we'll talk about Tyreek Hill again in a little bit. I like the ball to be in Tua Tagovailoa's hands more often than not on Thursday Night Football. That will be play number 1. That is the passing prop I'm going to go with. If you want more picks, plays, promo codes, tons of stuff at DFS Army, NFL, NBA, dropping plays all the time in Discord. All the plays are tracked. Link down below. Sniper20 gets you 20% off, or take advantage of some of those free money promos in those links. Where we're going to go for play number 2, I did promise a rushing prop, so let's scroll back over. And I am going to lean on James Cook here on the Bills side of the ball. Let's go look at James Cook's production here. Obviously, I'm going to go to the game log for 2024. 19 carries, 71 yards. Still got 19 carries in a game which the Bills were down. At a point in that game, things were getting real dicey for survivor pool bettors, even dicier than Cincinnati being out. Not even dicier. Those who played multiple entries probably had some Bills mixed in there. 3.7 yards per carry. Last year, average 4.7 yards a carry, was an 1,000 plus yard back. Splitting the workload the year before that. He averages between 4 and 5 yards a carry, and you can run on the Dolphins. If you go back into the game logs for last season, let's look how James Cook did against the Dolphins last year. Playoff game, not so much. Playoff football is tough. It was not a good day at the office for James Cook. And of course, it wasn't a play. It was the regular season finale. I know I've been saying playoffs. I see January, my brain just immediately went there. It was that last week game. So he's not looked good recently against the Dolphins, but they're going to keep pounding him with the football. The Bills are going to run the ball. He got, again, 18, whatever it was. Moridian, still in last year's stats. He got 19 carries in a game that where the game script was. I was a little surprised he got 19 carries. If he gets 12 to 15 carries and he just does, his 4-yard average, which he's done, I think, relatively consistently in his career, I'm going to pick him for the 50-plus yards at minus 210 as part of the single-game parlay. You can go 60 at minus 120. Obviously, it's a little bit more aggressive. I'm going to just playing the game script in my mind. If he gets 15 carries, he just needs 3.5 yards a carry. If he gets 18 carries, just 3 yards a carry. It's one of those, if depending on the game script goes, if he gets to 12 to 13 carries, I will need his 4 yards. And those aren't obnoxious numbers. So I am going to go James Cook higher than 50 rushing yards as the rushing prop in this game, because I do like it to be probably more air than not, but I think he can get to the 50 yards. Receiving props. Now, obviously, I mentioned his name earlier. We're going to look at Tyreek Hill. And, you got tons of numbers to look at for Tyreek. I should have started with the 2024 numbers here. Look, 12 targets, 7 receptions, 130 yards, and a touchdown. Had the 80-yard bomb. Where do we go for Tyreek Hill? 12 targets. Could look at a target prop. I'm going to kind of pair this with a little bit of correlative action and the Tua Tagovailoa passing props play. I am going to go look at Tyreek Hill rather than yards. I'm going to go for receptions here at over 6.5. Had 7 last time out, like we just mentioned. If you go to the 2023 numbers here, he's getting routinely 13, 12, 14 targets a game. Did have 7 in that game. We've been referencing his other game against the Bills. Only got targeted 5 times in that game. Don't think that's going to be the case here. That's clearly the outlier. Had a great last season. Since finished it with 3 straight being over actually 2 or 3. Didn't get there against Baltimore, but the 56-19 loss will do that. This is, the Dolphins are favored. The narrative out there on Hill, Tua is going to have the ball in his hands even more because of the injuries to the running backs we mentioned. I think that Tyreek Hill over 6.5 receptions is a solid play. And I meant to, I guess it did not have the single game parlay option toggled on. So let's go see. Probably got to pay, sometimes you pay 5-10 cents juice, a little bit more when you dig in the props here. Well, let's make sure everything is available here on DraftKings, and we'll do our recap. Play number 1, Tua Tagovailoa. I don't see attempts here anymore. Passing yards, completions. Tua completions are here. And now we got a problem. All right, I'll pivot a little bit here, and we'll go 22.5 completions. Same type of scenario. Talking to the ball being in his hands even more. Do wish I had the attempts prop is probably a better straight play. The rushing props, we're going to go James Cook, more than 50 yards. And the receiving props, we're going to go Tyreek Hill, more than 6.5 receptions. 3 picks plus 254. So a half unit play there to return 1.2 units in profit. Do me a favor, if you didn't already, smash the like button. Drop me a comment what your favorite play of the day is. That's what I'm rocking for Thursday Night Football. See you guys in the DFS Army Discord. Good luck, and let's cash this ticket.